But, Mr. Speaker, there's been no conversation about the impact that a session to the World Trade Organization will have on our ability to regulate industry. You see, I would like for the member for Elizabeth to inform the Bahamian public how we will be impacted the minute we become members of the World Trade Organization. You say one has nothing to do with the other, but obviously there will have to be a services schedule that will be submitted to the WTO. My question is gaming being left off of that services offer?
The question?
Is gaming going to be off of that services offer? Because if it is not, Mr. Speaker, it's open. Oh, I'm happy you say it's open now. I'm happy you say that, Member for Elizabeth, that gaming is open now. The fact is, if gaming is on our services offer, we can do nothing to prevent foreign operators and service providers from participating in gaming. You see, if we talk about a session to the WTO, if there's no conversation about how that diminishes our power as a state to prevent persons from participating in a particular industry, it means then that we could potentially, if we continue to insist on depriving Bahamians from participating as owners in the industry, it means then we would probably be, Member for Elizabeth, the only WTO member that has protectionist policies that discriminate against its own citizens. That my responsibility as a leader like you, sir, elected by the people, is to inform them so that they understand that if we come in here to pass legislation soon, if we accede to the WTO soon, then we will be saying that we are supportive of the idea of foreigners having rights in this country through our membership and through our legislation, membership in WTO that is, and legislation that we enact through this House. We will be denying Bahamians the right to do the same, or creating protectionism that discriminates against its own citizens. We would be the laughing stock of this world. But see, the press must do more research, because I do not believe that we should continue to live in a country where we give greater rights to those who visit us than we do those who were born here. Because never again must we allow ourselves to go to an election and not permit the Bahamian people to determine for themselves the viability of the policies being recommended by the major political parties that seek to receive their support. But, Mr. Speaker, there's been no conversation about the impact that a session to the World Trade Organization will have on our ability to regulate industry. You see, I would like for the member for Elizabeth to inform the Bahamian public how we will be impacted the minute we become members of the World Trade Organization.
Jesus.
On a Bahamian